In this video, we'll talk about how you can automate executing a DBT Cloud job and downloading a query from BigQuery as a CSV. Let's dive in. We're going to dive right into Shipyard for this one, and we want to start off by looking for our DBT Cloud blueprints. So there they are, and we can click on the Execute Job one. So clicking on that's going to pop up a pop-up for our authorization guide. So if this is your first time using DBT Cloud inside of Shipyard, it'd be great if you click on that and go through those steps. That'll walk you through how to set up DBT Cloud for Shipyard to make the next steps easy for you. So I'm going to close that for right now. I'm going to pull this up, name this Execute DBT Cloud Job. And for DBT Cloud, we need a service token. So I'm going to grab that. And then if you look on your DBT Cloud URL, you're going to be able to see your account number is there. Right after accounts in the URL, and then the specific job that you're looking for will be right after jobs, and you can just paste that number in as well. And then for each one of our vessels inside of Shipyard, if something happens and they fail, you're always going to be able to receive an email notification. So it's going to default to the person who's creating it, but you can add as many emails as you would like there to add if you want. So that's our first vessel, good to go. So now we need to do one more DBT Cloud vessel for check run status. So that first vessel is going to start the run, and then the second vessel is going to check to see when it's finished. So check run status. And again, we need that same service token from before. So I'm going to grab that and put it in. We need that same account ID, and we can leave run ID blank since we're connecting it to an execute job vessel upstream. It's just going to grab that run number for us and put it in there for us automatically. So I can connect those together. So now we're going to start our DBT Cloud job and then check when it's finished. And so lastly, now we just need to work with our BigQuery blueprints. And you can see we have a store query results as a CSV inside of BigQuery. So I can click that, close the authorization guide for that as well. And then we can name this store query results as CSV. We need to grab the query, so I'm just going to do this sample query that I have from our DBT demos project. Excuse me. We can name this file test.csv, and then I need my service account. So paste that in there. So what this is going to do is it's going to take that query and save it as this test.csv file name, so I can connect those together now. So now looking at our full fleet, our first vessel is going to start the DBT Cloud job. If that's successful, it's going to check the run status for when it's finished. Whenever it's finished successfully, then it's going to go to that BigQuery vessel and it's going to store the query results as a CSV. Okay, so now we can name our fleet. So we can name it DBT Cloud to BigQuery. Okay, and then we can click Save and Finish. So whenever I click Save and Finish inside of Shipyard, that's going to take us to a page telling us that the fleet has been created successfully. And we can go ahead and click Run Your Fleet to kick it off. So this is going to schedule the fleet to run immediately. Inside of Shipyard, we call this an on-demand run. Anytime you're working with your fleet, no matter whether you're in the logs, the fleet builder, the triggers, or the version control tabs, you can click on this purple Run Now button on the top right-hand corner of your screen, and that's going to kick off an on-demand run for your fleet. There's two other ways that you can run your fleet inside of Shipyard using our Triggers tab here. We have a scheduling trigger where you can schedule it based on time. And then we also have an API trigger where you can programmatically kick off these fleet runs. So looking back at our fleet log here, so anytime you start an on-demand run, it's going to take you directly to the fleet log page, so you have a live output of what's happening inside of your fleet run. You can see that our first vessel, the execute the job, is already kicked off and successful, so that one's already started the job. And you can see our check run status has turned red, so it's technically failed. But you shouldn't fear about a failure of any of these check run statuses or check sync statuses or any of those blueprints that have names like that inside of Shipyard. That just means it went to the service and checked. So in this case, it went to DBT Cloud and checked to see whether the job was done. DBT said no, not yet. So it's going to fail. And then it's gonna check back in just a moment and retry. So whenever that checks back, whenever that retries the check in, we'll pop back in and continue on. Okay, you can see that our vessel has retried now, and you can protect against a longer retry period using our guardrails in our vessel settings. I didn't update this one, so this one had a 5-minute retry period. As you can see, that 5-minute duration there. So after it checked the first time, it waited 5 minutes to check a second time. So whenever you're looking at your DBT Cloud runs, it's always good to see how long that DBT Cloud job is going to take. So for example, if your DBT Cloud job usually takes around 30 minutes, you'd want to like dial in that retry period, so it's going to hit around 30 minutes or so. So you'll know when it's about to finish. You can see that after that check run status finished successfully, so it said that the DBT Cloud job is complete. It kicked off our BigQuery vessel, so I can click into that and look at the output, and you can see the inputs that we put in. And then you can see that the query was successfully saved into test.csv. So you can take test.csv and use it. You can send it using Slack or email inside of Shipyard, or you can take it to any cloud storage provider that we offer inside of Shipyard as well. So in this video, we discussed how you can automate running a DBT cloud job and then storing a query from BigQuery as a CSV. If you have any questions about this solution or how you can use Shipyard in your organization, use the link in the description to set up a time to chat with our team of data experts. If you want to see more tutorials like this one, check out these related videos.